Does this sound like you? You've made money before. You've even had big wins. You've had maybe a great launch, high paying clients, moments where it finally felt like it was all coming together. But then something happens, that flow stops, and you're left wondering, what am I missing? What am I doing wrong? You've leaned into the spiritual, you've done mindset work, you've followed all kinds of strategies, you have a vision board, you've stayed positive, maybe you even tapped, been in a place of affirmation. So, why does it feel like abundance still isn't fully yours? Why are manifestation techniques and tools failing you? If you have ever felt like there's some kind of invisible block between you and this ease that you know is possible with abundance, then this conversation is for you. Because this isn't just about money. This conversation is about what not having the money represents. Even bigger than that, it's about that deep down feeling that you're somehow out of sync with the universe. And it's showing up in your business, it's showing up in money. It feels like this disconnect. That painful disconnect is what I call abundance heartbreak. It's that really deep emotional wound that happens when you feel like abundance is supposed to be yours. You know the truth of that understanding that abundance is your birthright. Abundance is something that is supposed to be our experience here on the planet. But again, it just keeps slipping through your fingers. It starts and it stops, it starts and it stops. That's the space of abundance heartbreak. Today, we're going to talk about why that feeling exists, how it keeps you stuck in this cycle of hope and heartbreak, and most importantly, how to heal it so that you can finally receive in the way that you are meant to, the way that you are wired to. You know abundance is real. You've had experiences of abundance in so many different ways. And you've brought spiritual work into your business. So, why does it feel like something's still missing? Abundance heartbreak isn't just about being sad or frustrated or angry about not having enough money. It's about the deep frustration of knowing that you should be able to create abundance. But for whatever reason, your knowing that and your experience of that is different. It's this gut feeling. Actually, I even think of it as a cellular feeling. It's down to your bone marrow understanding that there's a way to receive with so much more ease. But again, no matter how much you try, no matter what you do, that flow is super elusive. And it gets to the point where you wonder if you're missing some secret, some key that others seem to understand. And that feeling comes because you have invested in yourself. You have followed strategies. You've practiced manifestation. But because of the results that you're not getting, it still feels a little bit like you're guessing and getting it wrong. The disconnect that you're feeling isn't just about money. It isn't just about external action. It's about feeling out of sync with what you believe should be possible. So that's really the core of abundance heartbreak. At the same time, though, it's not just about mindset. It's about how the feeling that you're feeling when you're in that space of abundance heartbreak is shaping your decisions or shaping the action in your business, how your energy is as you're running your business. It's not just an internal struggle. I think that we get in these places where we think, okay, there's mindset and there's the spiritual side of things. Oh, and then there's my bottom line, right? Like, even though we're doing the mindset work, we're doing the visualizing, we're doing the tapping, all of that is so we can have a better output. I think there is a disconnect between this internal struggle that we're facing and how it's showing up. But remember, it isn't only an internal struggle. It's going to show up in how you run your business and how you approach money. Please remember as well, this abundance heartbreak happens whether you are making 4 figures in a year, 5 figures in a year, 6 figures in a year, 7 figures in a year. It's all about how what you want and what you're receiving doesn't match up. And it's all about the effort that you're putting in isn't netting you the outcome that you want. Right? You've had moments of success. You've had some big months. You've had some amazing launches. But because of your experience of money coming and then the bottom dropping out and not coming, the money coming and then there's no flow again, right? You get into this cycle of wondering. So you have this really great launch and it goes really well, but then what? So you have this history in your head of, oh, it's going to fall apart again, right? So wondering how long the influx that's happening because of a great launch or because of signing a really great client, right? Because that fear hasn't gone away, you're going to have times of real slowness in your business. And every time money dips, you start asking yourself some questions. Do I need to work a little bit longer hours? Should I be putting in more time? Should I change my offer one more time? Should I go learn one more paradigm about myself so that I can get myself back in alignment again? Right? So you end up in this tug of war with yourself. There's something that I want that isn't happening. There must be something wrong. And that back and forth frankly, it's exhausting. And it makes it harder to trust yourself, harder to trust your business, harder to trust your spiritual practice, right? The whole goal here is to be in flow with abundance. But when we're in this space of abundance heartbreak, it can feel like we're chasing abundance. It can feel like you're running after a ghost almost. Okay. Now, I've been talking about the negatives, right? Those feelings of frustration and sadness and this emotional back and forth. And you've been told to stay positive, to trust the process. But what if ignoring your heartbreak is actually what's blocking your abundance? In the slow times in your business, You've tried to push through. You've tried to stay high vibe and focus on appreciation and gratitude. But that's all up here. In here, the frustration lingers, the sadness lingers, the anger lingers. Maybe there's a part of you that even feels betrayed by money, betrayed by your business, maybe even betrayed by the divine, the universe, God, source, whatever your name is for that which is bigger than you are. And that unacknowledged energy is affecting what you receive. Instead of just raising your vibration, right? Instead of just focusing on all the good, instead of maintaining a positive external emotion no matter what's happening, what you need to do is to release the emotions that are lowering that vibration in the first place. And the clue that you need to do this is staying high vibe hasn't changed anything. Staying high vibe, yes, it is absolutely important. It allows you to be in a space of appreciation, and that space of appreciation is what opens the gates of abundance. But when your high vibe, when your appreciation, when the everything's great is simply covering up the stuff in here that is the opposite feeling, you're creating resistance. It's as if you are in the middle of a big mud puddle and you're slogging your way through. It just doesn't work. The bigger question to ask here is, what if the reason money hasn't been showing up for you the way you want it to is because it's waiting for you to show up differently? Now that's anthropomorphizing that money, because money has no free will. In the relationship with money, there's you, there's the divine, and there's physical money. You are the only one that has free will in this relationship. However, the heartbreak that you're feeling, it's actually a signal. It's revealing exactly what needs to be healed in your relationship with money. Instead of making yourself wrong for struggling, for not being able to find this flow with abundance, you can actually learn from this pattern and you can shift it. Abundance heartbreak is actually soul driven. This is your soul getting your attention about an underlying pattern that is no longer serving you. Our souls get our attention in ways that it knows matter to us. So when there's something that you know deep down is supposed to happen for you and it's not, this is your soul saying, it's like knocking on the door. Hello. You've got this decision, you've got this belief about yourself that isn't serving you, and I want you to see it. When you allow yourself to really look and feel and process what's underneath the heartbreak, you transform yourself and you create space for something new with money. Your business and the flow of abundance within your business doesn't have to feel like a battle. And it can feel like a battle, can't it? I want this thing. It's not happening. What do I need to do? What doors do I need to break down? What patterns do I need to break? Okay? But instead of that battle, there's a way to partner with abundance. And when you partner with abundance, instead of fighting against the flow of money, that's when you can start to really step into the flow with money. Bottom line is, by understanding this pattern that your soul is showing you, you're rewriting your story with money. You're rewriting your relationship with money. And you shift into a place of receiving instead of always having to make it happen by working harder and burning yourself out. So, look, you don't need another strategy. You need to break the cycle that's keeping money at arm's length. And we're going to do that together next. We're going to use EFT or tapping to release this deep rooted pain of your abundance heartbreak. You're going to, in a moment, I'm going to lead you through a series of questions so that you can acknowledge and call up the emotions that you're experiencing as part of abundance heartbreak. Once we get that up and out, it makes it much easier to see this message that your soul is giving you, and it keeps it takes away the energetic charge of that emotion. By the time that we're done tapping, you're going to feel lighter, you're going to feel more open, and you're going to feel more connected to the flow of abundance. This is that first step towards receiving money with ease, without heartbreak, and without feeling like manifestation is failing you. As you get these underlying emotions and patterns out of the way, you're going to be able to use your manifestation tools in a brand new way. You're going to be able to use them in a way that actually brings you what it is that you want. All right. So to start, I'm going to invite you to pause and close your eyes as long as you're not driving. And I want you to think of the last time where flow was really limited in your business. It doesn't have to be when money was at zero. I mean, maybe your income dropped by a certain percentage and you just couldn't bump it back up. So let yourself tune into that time. And as you tune in, let's ask the question, what emotion is present? What came up? Maybe it was anger, maybe it was fear, maybe it was frustration, maybe it was sadness. So notice the emotions that are coming up from that time when you didn't have the flow that you wanted. And I'll give you a moment to tune into that. And then next, a lot of times we think about emotions just being in our heads and our minds, but a lot of times we have physical sensations that come along with that emotion. So as you identify the emotion that you're feeling, where are you feeling it in your body? It might be in your heart center, it might be in your solar plexus, it might be under your shoulder blade, it might be in your big toe. It can be anywhere. So scan your body and notice where you're feeling it. And as you notice where you're feeling it, what does it feel like? Is it an ache? Is it a squeeze? Is it a sharp pain? Are you feeling nauseous? Do you feel like your throat is closed up? Do you feel like you've got a big vice around your vocal cords? It could be anything. So again, take a moment and note what you're feeling, where you're feeling it, and how it expresses in your body. Okay. And so what I'm going to ask you to do is to pick the strongest sensation or emotion that you're having. So if the sensation is the strongest, meaning it's the most intense, like you're feeling a real pressure on your chest, or you're feeling like you're going to throw up, or maybe it's the emotion itself that you're feeling the most intensity around, like you're feeling really angry, or you're feeling complete lack, you're feeling scarcity. Whatever's the most intense, I'm going to ask you to rate it on a scale of 0 to 10, where 0 is I don't have any expression of any emotion, I don't have any feeling in my body, and 10 is the most intense expression of that emotion or physical sensation that you can imagine. And don't think too much about it. Just let this be your first intuitive hit, and then you're going to jot it down. And once you've got that, hang on to it, because you're going to revisit it when we're done tapping. Okay, so let's move into the tapping. If you aren't familiar with tapping, just follow along with me. You're going to be using your fingertips to tap on different parts of your body. I will always tell you where those points are. Like I said, it doesn't matter if you tap with your right hand or your left hand. And once you're done here, if you want to know more about tapping, I've got an introductory video on my channel, so make sure to go over there and take a look at it. That'll give you all the information you need. But you don't have to really know. All you have to do is follow along. The most important thing to do is to do what we just did, which was to amplify the feeling state, whether it's emotional or physical. And then as you tap along with me and speak the words out loud. And of course, I'm going to use language that is for the group here. So I may be saying things that aren't exactly what you're experiencing, but because we did the exercise for you to bring it up in your system, your body knows what to clear. Your mind, body, soul system knows what to clear. Okay. So the goal here is that we want to reduce the feeling state of when you're in this low time. All right. Okay. So let's go ahead and start tapping on the outside edge of your hand, please. And just repeat after me. You'll notice that I will probably have my eyes closed for most of this. You're welcome to have your eyes open or closed, whatever makes you feel safest and most connected. So once again, tune into that emotion or feeling state in your body, and then we'll start to do this release work. Even though it is so frustrating that I continue to have these slow financial times in my business, I've done everything I can think of to fix it, both externally and internally. And it just feels like manifestation is failing me. And I choose to love and accept myself anyway. Even though I try to stay positive, I try to use my affirmations and my visualizations, I still can't get a handle on receiving money with more ease. And I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I just want money to be easier. I want it to be more consistent. I'm consistent with my work. Why isn't money coming to me consistently? And I choose to deeply and completely love and accept myself. Good. Okay, the next point is the inside end of your eyebrow. Here, all the way, tapping here. Frustrated. Outside of your eye. Sad. Under your eye. Afraid. Under your nose. What if I never figure this out? Under your lips. So frustrated. Collarbone. And it creates this ache in my body. Under your arm. I know I'm supposed to be abundant. Top of your head. I know that abundance is supposed to be part of my experience. Eyebrow. And since it isn't, outside of your eye, there must be something wrong with me. Under your eye, there's got to be something wrong with me. Under your nose, these spiritual laws seem to work for other people. Under your lip, but they're just not working for me. Collarbone. I have some success. Under your arm. And then I have these times of not success. Top of your head. And I know that having my own business isn't like having a salary. Eyebrow. But I really need more consistent flow. Outside of your eye, frustrated. Under your eye, so frustrated. Under your nose, there's got to be something wrong. Under your lip, I have to figure it out. Collarbone, I have to figure it out or I'm never going to get what I want. Under your arm, there has to be something wrong. Top of your head. But what if there isn't actually something wrong? Eyebrow. What if this is simply my soul's way outside of your eye of helping me see? Under your eye, a pattern of thought. Under your nose that isn't serving me. Under your lip, what if this is all happening for me? Collarbone, what if this is money creating a teachable moment for me? Under your arm, what if it's not actually going wrong? Top of your head, it feels like it's wrong because it doesn't feel good. Eyebrow, but what if this is happening for me? Outside of your eye, I may not know what that message is yet. Under your eye, but that's okay. Under your nose, the very first step. Under your lip is to release this emotion. collarbone, this emotion of frustration or disappointment or fear. Under your arm. Those emotions are simply obscuring what my soul is trying to help me see. Top of your head. And I can let those emotions go. Eyebrow. Because this is all with an eye to helping me move forward. Outside of your eye. Abundance is my birthright. Under your eye. I am right about that. Under your nose, releasing the frustration. Under your lip, releasing the disappointment. Collarbone, releasing the physical expression of these emotions in my body. Under your arm. And the more I release, top of your head, the more I come back into alignment with my own soul. Eyebrow, the more I step into leadership of my money relationship. Outside of your eye, the easier it is to hear what the message is. Under your eye, my soul is trying to get my attention. Under your nose, and I'm open to receive that message. Under your lip, I am abundance. Collarbone, right now, without anything changing, I get to know. Under your arm, I am abundant. Top of your head, I am coming back into alignment with my soul and with abundance. Beautiful. Okay, so relax your arm, take a nice deep breath. And you may notice that as you were tapping, maybe some thoughts were coming up, maybe some other emotions were coming up. And I would encourage you to write those down, because those are the pieces of information that are they're the stepping stones. They're the pieces of information that is going to help you get more information. It's going to help you get more reconnected with your soul and to understand what else gets to be released so that you can come back into alignment. Okay. Now, as you're doing that, I'm also going to invite you to tune back into the emotion that you rated before we tapped, or the physical sensation that you rated before we tapped, and try to call it back up and notice what the intensity is. Again, on a scale of 0 to 10. Notice if it stayed the same. Notice if it got more intense. Notice if it got less intense. If it stayed the same or it got more intense, my invitation is to do this tapping again. And as it continues to lower, you're going to be able to reopen to that connection with your soul. And you're going to be able to hear what's fueling your abundance heartbreak. You're going to be able to hear the underlying pattern, the underlying decision you've made about yourself, that is what your soul is trying to get your attention about. And once you know that, then you can do the deeper healing work that will bring you back into being able to be the leader of your money relationship, and it will impact your bottom line. So if today's conversation resonated with you, if you felt that deep, undeniable pull that there's something more to understand about your relationship with money, about abundance heartbreak, I want to invite you to take that next step. Your soul is speaking to you through your abundance heartbreak, and it holds the keys to shifting your experience with wealth and receiving and finding that flow in your business. I've created a powerful exercise to help you uncover what your soul is trying to tell you so that you can break free from the frustration. So to get that exercise, simply go to abundanceheartbreak.com and you can sign up to get it. It's free, no charge. You're going to walk away with clarity. You're going to walk away with a deeper understanding of your patterns and a shift in how you relate to money. Okay? True abundance isn't just about money. It's about being aligned and supported and at peace. Okay? I can't wait to hear what insights come through for you. And if this resonated, let me know in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with anyone else who needs to hear it. And I will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody.